What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. We have some interesting stuff to go into. Here we can see XRP escrow unlocked from unknown accounts. Something unusual going on here. Will they burn escrow as part of any SEC settlement? This is a very high likely outcome, guys. Let's say, for example, that they have to pay a fine or they have to get rid of escrow tokens. Something like that, or they have to burn them. Something like that will spike XRP's price as well. And you have to understand, the tokens that you buy now and put on a safe wallet cannot be accessed by anyone. So to get very clear, you're still not too late, right? But if something like this happens, that is the moment that the price will absolutely massively spike because of supply. The supply will be cut in half, and that means price will go at least at 10x, right? That is something that can happen. One of the challenges in this crypto industry is and always been solving real problems for real customers. Let's see what CEO Bert Garlinghouse got to say about this innovation and problems that blockchain could potentially solve.
By speed and cost, and by focusing there, we've been able to have a big impact on that, relatively small piece. But I think over the next years, you're going to see many financial transactions where a middleman sits, a middle transaction, an intermediary. Those will get removed, and we'll use blockchain and other digital asset type technologies to remove that friction. And I think all of society will benefit from improving the efficiency of those systems. I think you'll see that. Certainly, you've seen it in security settlement as an opportunity. The financial transactions around bonds, around derivatives. A lot of these things take a while to settle, and the friction associated actually holds back the industry. Insurance is an industry I think you're going to see touched. Trade finance is an industry that really some of our customers have invited us to participate in. And you've seen experimentation around identity in real estate and title management. And these are all examples where I think it's so hard to predict where this will go, in the same way that 25 years ago, when I first got involved in the Internet of Information, I never could have predicted on my smartphone I'd press a button and I'd have a car picking me up minutes later. I think this will permeate lots of different parts of our society.
Insane, guys. This is all part of a bigger plan. You have to understand that we cannot live in an economy or in a world where everything is just so fast. For example, if you need a car, you just press a button, right? He's talking about Uber right there, for example. But the payment system is not that efficient, right? It's not like that yet. And you cannot move behind with everything moving forward and just the financial system moving behind. So that is why they really need this technology. It's for speed. The way you calculate volatility is volatility times time. So if you reduce the time by a dramatic amount, even if the volatility is a lot higher, you actually have less volatility risk. Now, why are we addressing this? Because Gary Gensler actually made a video about XRP saying that it's actually a bridge currency. But then he said the only problem is the volatility. Well, there's your answer. There is no volatility with XRP, right? Because it doesn't take any time to move from fiat to fiat.
The way you calculate volatility is volatility times time. So if you reduce the time by a dramatic amount, even if the volatility is a lot higher, you actually have less volatility risk through an XRP transaction than you do a fiat transaction with SWIFT.
So just imagine this, guys. The future is already here. It's happening. It's going very, very fast, right? They are moving towards a future. They have an agenda which they want payments to be instant, and they have to be for this economy to actually start up and run again. XRP liquidity grab complete, commence the pump. So XRP spiked down to the 31 cents area and then immediately recovered. This is usually taking all the players out there, liquidating them, and then going for a big move, right? That's actually the psychology behind it, because remember, trading is all about psychology. The price is just manipulation to actually take out the bigger players. And so here, the smaller players, they took out all the smaller players, and now the big players are starting to get in again. With everything that is going on, guys, 6 and 7 January are going to be very interesting. Craig made a dumb argument. I pointed out that the argument was dumb and did not attack Craig at all. He responded by attacking me and XRP. Craig is deliberately trying to be painful to engage with to prevent his ideas from being criticized publicly. You can see for yourself. Now here we can say Bitcoin cannot ever be adopted by institutional investors until the system is able to be recovered under a legal court order. And then he say, this is so dumb for many reasons, but why are institutional investors the target market for peer-to-peer digital cash? And which their jurisdictions should have their court order respected? So he just replied, he didn't say anything, and then this guy just started bashing on XRP. It's almost as if, guys, they're playing a movie to actually put a negative sentiment around XRP, right? And I don't know why, but, well, I know why, because they don't want people to actually be involved. Jim Cramer also tweeted recently that why are people still in crypto, right? They want you out. They want you out of this digital asset class, guys, because they know it's gonna move. I guess Mr. Schwartz is in hard for a hard lesson. It seems he doesn't understand how finance works or that people invest in commodities. Next, he has no idea about the legal frameworks and structures that allow for court orders to be perfected across jurisdictions. Then he never really understood Bitcoin. He has no qualifications or experience in institutional investment banking. He has no understanding of qualifications in law, so we can easily forgive his ignorance against this topic and ones that are related to it. Unfortunately, so-called experts like Mr. Schwartz like to exceed their very limited area of expertise. He is also so far from understanding anything to do with Bitcoin that he thinks Ripple is related to a blockchain in some way. Then again, he designed XRP, the most useless pump and dump scheme in this entire industry. That is what David Craig said, guys, right? Think about this. Just think about someone who is intelligent enough to understand what XRP really is not going to say something like that. It's almost as if he's saying this so that people will believe it and will actually not stop holding XRP. Gold and silver, they're hinting it out. It can happen any moment in 2023. Prepare. Gold may rise, silver at 80 in 2023. What will boost the shine? Now, I've been saying this for a while, guys. If you're following this channel, like, crypto is very valuable. It's going to become very valuable, but just a few. And it's the same with gold and silver, guys. They are about to explode because of the inflation, because of what the elite people are actually doing. They are buckling up on gold. And when they are doing that, you should also be doing that, because that's a sign that the price will massively shoot up. Delta coming up. If 10 December is 11, is January 12, is Feb 13, is March. And enjoy this year and these next few months. This is a Mr. Pool drop. Here we can see, guys, an explosion happening, announcements. This year in general, guys, is going to be absolutely stunning. A brief overview for folks reading about Ripple and XRP use in 2023. Years ago, Ripple offered 3 products: xRapid, xCurrent, xVia. Co's originally signed bilateral agreements with partners to move value. And now these functions are integrated into one service, RippleNet, a payment suite managing messaging with the option to use on-demand liquidity, an XRP using product if desired. Bilateral agreements are no longer necessary between users. So if you see someone uses Ripple or RippleNet, they likely only use it for messaging, not XRP. If ODL is specified, then value is moved using XRP. Many ODL users start with RippleNet only, right? That's the difference right there. So understand the difference. But ODL, guys, is new. And not all the banks and all the institutions that are partners are using ODL. Once that starts happening, it is going to be massive. Say it with me one more time for the people in the back. Let's take a look at what I'm saying here. This is a very interesting video. Brett Garlinghouse talking about.
Ultimately, as you know, Ripple is really focused on how do we enable an internet of value? How do we make value move the way information moves today? And that's our big kind of multi-year, 10-year view of how the world will evolve. And it's really how do we dial that back and to make it tactical and real today and tomorrow. And I think if you want to enable an internet of value, you've got to connect the repositories of value. Right. And the repositories of value, as big as the Bitcoin value proposition is today, the banks own trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of assets. So if we want to enable the internet value, we got to connect the banks and payment service providers and MSBs, and we're excited to have made a bunch of progress on that. So I think one of the things that has served Ripple incredibly well is, I think, in contrast to some in the community that are kind of taking a very horizontal view, we're talking about literally over 100 use cases. We've been very specific about one. Right. Payments, particularly cross-border payments. And let's go deep in really understanding that product set, that need, that customer, how you sell into that customer. And so I think, as I look at where we are today relative to a year ago, I think that...
See guys, that's the key of Ripple. They just focused on payments. That's it. Cross-border payments, payments in general. And that is why they are doing it so efficiently that they will change the world. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.